When we think of ancient civilizations, we often picture the pyramids of Egypt, the forums of Rome, or the temples of Greece. But what if I told you that the story of ancient Africa is far richer, more diverse, and more influential than many of us were ever taught? For centuries, narratives have painted a picture of a dark continent, a land without history before the arrival of Europeans. Today, we're going to shatter that myth and journey back in time to discover the incredible, vibrant, and powerful kingdoms that shaped not just a continent, but the world. This is the story of ancient Africa, not as a footnote in history, but as a headline. Let's begin our journey in a place you might already know, but perhaps not in the way you think. For over 1,000 years, this Nubian powerhouse was a major player on the world stage. It wasn't just Egypt's neighbor. At times, it was its rival, its trading partner, and even its ruler. During the 8th century BC, the Kushite kings, known as the Black Pharaohs, conquered and ruled all of Egypt, establishing the 25th dynasty. They saw themselves not as conquerors, but as restorers of traditional Egyptian values, building and renovating temples with a passion that rivaled the pharaohs before them. But Kush was more than just its relationship with Egypt. The heart of their kingdom, the city of Meru, was a bustling metropolis. Its skyline was dominated by a unique style of steep, sharp pyramids, a testament to their own distinct culture and architectural genius. Meru was a major hub for iron production. Imagine massive furnaces glowing day and night, transforming ore into tools, weapons, and goods that were traded across Africa, the Middle East, and even as far as India and China. They developed their own script, Meroitic, a language we're still working to fully decipher today. The secrets it holds could rewrite entire chapters of ancient history. The Kingdom of Kush shows us a civilization that was innovative, powerful, and deeply interconnected with the ancient world. Now, let's travel west, across the vast Sahara, to the Sahel region. Here, in what is now modern-day Ghana and Mali, incredible empires rose, built on trade and intellectual wealth. The first great West African empire was the Kingdom of Ghana, which flourished from around the 6th to the 13th century. Its kings were known as Lords of Gold. The source of their immense wealth came from controlling the trans-Saharan trade routes. Camel caravans, the ships of the desert, would travel for months, carrying salt from the north in exchange for the abundant gold from the south. The capital, Cambi Saleh, was a sprawling city, divided into two sections, one for the king and his royal court, and another for Muslim merchants and traders. This shows a sophisticated, cosmopolitan society where different cultures and religions coexisted and thrived. The king's court was said to be a dazzling display of wealth, with gold-adorned guards, horses, and even dogs. After Ghana's decline, the Mali Empire emerged, even more powerful and influential. And at its heart was one of history's most legendary figures, Mansa Musa. When he took the throne in the early 14th century, Mali was already prosperous. But Mansa Musa would elevate it to a global icon of unimaginable wealth. His famous pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324 is a story that echoes through history. He traveled with an entourage of tens of thousands of people and camels, each carrying immense amounts of gold. He gave away so much gold in cities like Cairo that he reportedly destabilized the local economy for years. But his legacy is not just about wealth. Mansa Musa was a devout Muslim and a patron of learning. On his return, he brought back architects and scholars who helped transform cities like Timbuktu and Djenné into world-renowned centers of education. Timbuktu. The name itself sounds mythical, a synonym for the most remote place on earth. But for centuries, it was the opposite of remote. It was a crossroads of culture and intellect. The Sankara University in Timbuktu was one of the world's great centers of learning, attracting students and professors from all over the Islamic world. The city's library has housed hundreds of thousands of manuscripts on subjects ranging from astronomy and mathematics to law and literature. These Timbuktu manuscripts, many of which survive today, are a priceless legacy, proving that while Europe was in its Middle Ages, West Africa was experiencing a brilliant renaissance of knowledge and discovery. Let's journey south now, to the highlands of East Africa. Here, nestled in what is today Ethiopia, lay the kingdom of Aksum. From the 1st to the 7th century AD, Aksum was a major naval and trading power. Its port city, Agilis on the Red Sea, was a bustling hub connecting the Roman Empire with the riches of India and beyond. Coins minted by Aksumite kings have been found as far away as India and Sri Lanka. They traded in ivory, incense, and emeralds, becoming a key player in the economic network of the ancient world. But Aksum is perhaps most famous for its monumental achievements in architecture and faith. These single-piece granite towers, intricately carved to resemble multi-story buildings, How they accomplished this feat remains a subject of awe and study. Axum also holds a unique place in religious history. In the 4th century, King Ozana converted to Christianity. A direct, unbroken line to the world of Axum. Finally, let's next explore a magnificent city in southern Africa that defies every colonial myth about the continent's past. Welcome to Great Zimbabwe. Flourishing between the 11th and 15th centuries, this city was the capital of a vast kingdom. Its name means great houses of stone, and it is an apt description. The ruins we see today are breathtaking, massive, mortarless stone walls that form elegant, curving enclosures. The most impressive structure, the Great Enclosure, has walls over 11 meters high and 5 meters thick. For decades, colonial historians refused to believe that indigenous Africans could have built such a sophisticated city, attributing it to everyone from the Phoenicians to the Queen of Sheba. But archaeology has proven them wrong. Great Zimbabwe was unequivocally the product of the local Shona people. It was the center of a powerful state whose wealth was built on cattle, agriculture, and, once again, the control of gold trade. Artifacts found at the site, including Chinese porcelain, Persian pottery, and Arabian glass, show that Great Zimbabwe was part of a vast Indian Ocean trading network connected to the Swahili coast and the wider world. It was a city of kings, a center of commerce, and a spiritual heartland for its people, a stunning example of African architectural and political ingenuity. From the iron furnaces of Meru to the golden courts of Mali, from the soaring stele of Axum to the stone walls of Great Zimbabwe, the story of ancient Africa is one of innovation, connection, and immense cultural achievement. These are just a few of the countless kingdoms and societies that flourished across the continent. Their histories challenge us to broaden our perspective, to look beyond the familiar narratives and appreciate the rich tapestry of human civilization in all its forms. The legacy of these ancient empires is not buried in the past. It lives on in the cultures, languages, and spirit of Africa today. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found this story as inspiring as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Let's work together to bring these incredible histories to light. See you next time.